Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Sonia, and today I'm going to be talking about fall palettes. It's a Thursday, so that means another collaboration with my friend Kathleen. So I'll leave all her information below and make sure to go watch her video. I'm feeling a little crazy with the lashes. I don't think I've worn lashes since like beginning of quarantine. So my eyes feel heavy, so if they start like drooping, that's why. But my eye look is very like BAM in your face. So I felt like it needed some lashes. So before I go into the palettes that are giving me fall vibes, I just want to clarify, I wear whatever eyeshadow color I want to wear when I want to wear it. Time of year means nothing to me with eyeshadows. But if I really think about what colors match each season, I think of like pastels for spring and bright colors for summer, and then like murky, grungy colors for fall, and like smoky and silver and like red and green for winter, you know? I have 11 palettes. It's only supposed to be 10, but I'll put 2 together. Let's start in no particular order. So the first palette I pulled is the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. She looks like this, and at first glance it doesn't really look like a fall palette, but I really like these kind of grungy yellows and greens up here. Like this to me it feels like fall. I don't collect many brands anymore where I buy every palette they come out with, but Kaleidos is one of them. I love their formula and their color stories are so pretty. The packaging is so cute. They're indie and it's just all the things that I love. Next, I have the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And you can see if I put this beside Kaleidos and you just kind of ignore the pastels, you kind of can see what I mean by the grungy shades. I feel like mustards and cranberries and like murky greens and deep blues and jewel tone shadows are very fall, and this has all of that. And the formula of this is so good. Next is Passion in Paris palette from BH. This has those jewel tone blues, but also those like cranberry reddy colors. I really tried not to have my palettes like all look the same, like all be very obviously fall palettes. So if I'm reaching for some of these, maybe I am, but in my mind, this can be a fall palette. Next I have 2 from Ace Beauty. The first is the Flare palette. I think this one's gonna be very obvious why. These are very grungy versions of a rainbow. I need to use this more. Oh, and as I'm going through this is by no means like the top best fall themed palettes. I don't really think any of these are actually fall themed, and they're not all necessarily my favorites either, but if they're still in my collection, I like them enough to keep them. This is the Ace Beauty Floral Vintage palette. I think this is more obviously fall, like it looks like Thanksgiving. It has the cranberries and the deep purples and the grungy yellows and greens. It's really pretty. I don't know what to say about these palettes. I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing. They're so pretty, they're so pretty. They're just really pretty. Okay, so this palette I chose because it's like a Halloween palette. I don't know, it's the Book of Magic from Beaute, and it has some very nice deep purples and blues, the jewel tones that I was talking about. There's another one that's like very jewel tony. Actually, there's 2 more. I don't think you can get this anymore, but it would be cool if Beaute would bring this back, because I see in the makeup group a lot of people are upset that they missed out on this. Next is probably like one of my top favorite palettes right now. This is the Shroud Cosmetics Arcana palette. I think this is the most obvious fall palette in my collection, but it's so jeweled and it has the grungy yellows and the golds and the cranberries and the greens. Oh, this palette is delicious. Next is Dreamy 2 from Nabla. This is such a pretty palette too. This I chose because of the jewel tones and the cranberries. I'm saying the same thing because they're all, I don't know. I'm not good at this. She cute. Next is the Juicy Olive from Give Me Glow. It's like army green. I love Give Me Glow's formula. I just wish their customer service was better. But can't deny that this is a gorgeous palette. And my friend Rachel bought this for me like randomly. I don't know why she decided to do that because it wasn't for like an occasion or anything, but I'm very grateful because it's gorgeous. Next is, oh, I forgot to put the shades that I had put in my palette, but this is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and this is a very nice like neutral fall palette. There's like some special shades that are missing, but that's okay. You get the idea. And finally, this is the Musee Beauty Van Gogh. And this is just a deep, grungy, beautiful palette. I hope that you can look at your collection and use the palettes that you have, because you probably don't have to go out to buy a fall themed palette. And I'm sure I had pulled out, when Kathleen brought this to me, I was like, yeah, it's totally relevant to do this right now. It's fall, of course, let's do it. But then I was like, I don't buy palettes that are fall themed. But I had a lot more in my collection than I thought I had. Yeah, there's like a ton of other palettes I could have pulled out. Like the Hocus Pocus, right? This is obviously a fall themed palette. I've only used it once though. This is the Wilderness palette. Oh, I'm so happy I got this. This was a gift from a friend in the makeup group for Halloween, and it was very generous and thoughtful of her to pick this up. And I was very upset that I had not bought it myself before it sold out, and she had bought it for me, so that was a lovely surprise. And I'm very, very grateful. I haven't even tried it yet, but like this row, so pretty. Yeah, so the point is that you don't like have to go buy new palettes to have fall palettes, because I thought I had no fall palettes and apparently I have like 20 fall palettes. Alright, that's it. Just a really short video of fall palettes, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.